Again, cannot apologize enough for yesterday. I can't even believe that happened. I was going to send the video, and I'm like, my volume on my phone must be down. Go to turn it up, realize there's no volume, of course, after our session, and it was too late. Cannot believe that happened. It was ridiculous. But I'm glad we're here, and we have another chance with Mr. Stanley. The only thing that might be a little different in this specific situation today is he did go to daycare first. So he already has been playing with his, that was the weakest shake. There we go. I've ever seen. He was playing with his friends first, so he might be a little bit more tired, where yesterday when he came in, I trained him right when he walked in. So he was a little bit, had a little bit more energy yesterday than maybe he does today. Who knows? We'll see how it goes. Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. One thing you could see in the video, but you probably couldn't hear me talk about, I started off with him, I'm going to call it naked. He was in here with not his harness on. I did get his harness when we started doing in the hall exercises, and what I noticed is he completely shut down when that was on. He was like, I don't want to do anything. He was acting real strange and real different with it on. So what I decided is that we are going to do all the training with it on, so he becomes more comfortable with it on and listening when it is on. Okay, so running. We worked yesterday on our recall. We worked on touch. That was the first exercise. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Mr. Stanley. Oh, yes, of course I give him 11 pesos. Of course. Let me make sure this is on. I'm paranoid now. Like, I'm paranoid this is going to shut off. So I'm going to be checking my microphone every couple seconds just to make sure it doesn't shut off, because that was traumatizing yesterday when I saw that. We worked on recall, touch and recall. And then we also worked on, you can probably see it in the video, setting a door boundary, letting him know about space. We worked on it with jumping, with him physically jumping on us. We worked on it with objects. I put an object down on the ground, and we worked with him on moving away from it, and at the door, setting a door boundary and letting him know you can never get within this much distance of the door. I'm going to go over all that with you again here. Just kind of wanted to give a brief overview of what was done. You probably saw me talking and move my hands and stuff like that, and you're probably like, what the heck is she doing? But that's the stuff we went over. So we're going to replicate exactly what we did in the order that we, oh my God, Stanley, you're flipping over, Stanley. Also, I had showed you, I had brought a treat really close. I just wanted to show you the size of treats. They are very tiny. The reason they're tiny, you notice how often I'm rewarding. I'm rewarding very heavily. I want to build a really good reward history so that way he can fall on it. I think of it like opening a bank account. We all know that in order to withdraw from a bank account, you need to have money in there to take out. Every time I reinforce the behavior or reward a behavior, I'm putting money in the account. So that way I can withdraw eventually. I won't need payment. I can withdraw, and there will be reinforcement in that account. So here I reward very heavily in the beginning. So that's where you're going to see the treats come in. Let me get our cookies ready. Yes, Mr. Stanley. Oh, goodness. We'll take those out. We'll take this out. This was your highest value. I found one he absolutely loves. This is what we use as a distraction to work off of. But for right now, we're just going to use our little guys. I'll show you again just for video's sake. This is the treat size that we're using. Oh, Mr. Stanley has the rod. He knows exactly what to do when the treat's there. I love it. I love that, but that's not what we're doing. So the first exercise we did was touch. I'm going to quiz him now to see if he remembers, and then I'm going to go over the steps with you on how to do this at home. Touch. Yes, very good. Nice job. There you notice I didn't immediately say touch because he didn't respond right away. I let him think it through. I'm big on problem solving. I'm going to let him think it through. Touch. Yes, good. Nice job. I'm tossing the treat as kind of a fun game. Touch. Yes, very good. Stanley the manly. Touch. Beautiful. Good job. Awesome. Touch. Yes, very good. Very nice. Touch. I know your harness is on. Yes, very good. Awesome. Now, I talked about this. We're not going to see it as much here, which is, I hate that the video didn't record volume because we're not going to see it as much here because he knows the behavior now. He learned it yesterday. But when he was first learning the behavior and he didn't know what I was doing, there were times where he wasn't responding right away. Sometimes it would take him like 30 seconds to respond. It's very important. Even though it takes him time, you wait him out. I'll give him clues, like I'll shake my hand, shake my fingers, like this is important. And I'll give him 30 seconds to try to figure out. If after 30 seconds he can't figure out, then I'm going to reset. Touch. Oh, perfect example. Good job. There, he didn't respond right away and he had to think. He looked at me like, huh? He thought about it and then got the answer. I think about it like going to math class. And if a math teacher was like, what's 585 times 482? I'd be like, okay. But what if they leaned over me and said, what's 585 times 482? What's 585 times 482? What's 585? I'd be like, oh my gosh, I need a second to figure it out. I need that time to process this information and write it down and figure it out. That's what I feel like we do for dogs. A lot of times, if we don't get an immediate response from our dogs, like sit, oh, up. If we don't get it immediately, we repeat ourselves over and over and over. And I can imagine how confusing it is for them because most of the time, 99% of the time, they're actively trying to figure out what's going on. Touch. Good job. He's very weirded out about his leash right now. I don't know if you saw, he tried to walk around it. He didn't want to walk over top of it, which is exactly why we're working with it on. You don't have to work with it on inside your house if you don't want to. Just here I noticed a really big difference after I put it on versus when he was Mickey. So we're leaving it on for today. So yeah, give him time, give him grace to figure out and to think about all the behaviors that you're asking. So that's touch. How you can do this at home, because just because he does it for me here doesn't mean he's going to do the same behaviors for you at home. Dogs have a hard time generalizing behaviors. Like we learn at school, 2 + 2 = 4. Oh, what do we do? Oh, I didn't ask. Touch. Oh, distraction. I don't know if you saw someone walk by the window, so he's distracted. I'm still not going to ask for it again. I'm going to wait for him to come back and figure out the behavior. And I'm going to give him up to 30 seconds. Here, oh, dang it, he was out of sight. Oh, wait. Yes, good. I almost restarted. There, I was thinking about restarting because he started getting distracted and smelling. So I was thinking about restarting the exercise. But there, instead of restarting, he got me last second. In the last minute, you decided, okay, I'm coming through and I'm going to do the behaviors. But it's really important not to repeat ourselves. Let him figure it out. That was really good, dude. Oh, generalizing behaviors. Let's go back to that. They have a hard time generalizing behaviors. So just because he's doing it really good for me in here, he doesn't know it with you. I use the example of we learned 2 + 2 at school. We know that equals 4. I go home. I still know it equals 4. I go to the grocery store. I still know it equals 4. I go to the park. It still equals 4. Dogs do not learn that way. Their brains do not comprehend information that way. They have to learn that 2 + 2 = 4, but that they have to relearn 2 + 2 = 4 at home and 2 + 2 = 4 at the park. They have to relearn. And that's where I think a lot of our frustration comes, is because we assume that that's how their brain processes information, and it doesn't. So he's going to have to relearn this with you. So I'm going to go back to the very beginning steps. You're going to take a treat of your choosing and put it between your fingers like that. You are going to hold your hand no farther than a foot away from his face. Good job. And as soon as he touches, you're going to give him the treat. I kind of just open my fingers and let it fall on the ground. Okay. Oops. No, the wrong. I know I changed hands on you. Probably shouldn't have changed hands so quickly. Yes, good. That's that generalizing. He generalized the behavior with this hand. I switched hands. Oh, sorry. I switched hands, and that's when he was a little bit more confused. I shouldn't have switched hands so quickly. So you're going to keep it still. Oh, he's still stuck on. Yes, good job. Good job. So you're going to keep it. You should stick with one hand. I shouldn't have gone from this hand to this hand to this hand. Stick with one hand, whichever hand you want it to be. And you notice I didn't say anything at first. I'm just getting the behavior down. After he does it 4 times, now on the 5th time, I'm going to say the word, which is touch. Touch. Very good. Nice job. And as soon as he touches, I'm going to drop that cookie. I shouldn't switch hands, so I'm not going to. Touch. Good. Nice job. Touch. Oh, I switched hands, and look, he's having a very hard time. He's staring at my hand. Good. I love how you problem solve that. He was staring at my other hand. Oh, sorry. Did it go over my phone? There you go. There you go. Here we're seeing him having trouble generalizing, which all dogs do. That's not Stanley specific. That's every dog, but not surprising. Touch. Very good. Nice job. Now, after you do a couple of those, you are going to remove the treat from your hand. So I'm not going to put it in between my fingers anymore. It's going to look like this. Touch. Good. And as soon as he hits, my other hand is going to give him the cookie. So I toss it with this hand. Touch. Wow. Good job. Touch. Good job. He's like, oh my gosh, this is such a fun game. Touch. Good. Touch. Good. Oh, good. Good job. Touch. Good. He saw the cookies in this hand, thought about it, and says, no, I'm touching the other hand. I'm going to do a little bit more of touches on my opposite hand now. Touch. Good. Oh, that was a quick one, dude. I love that. Okay. Why this behavior, though? Why is it important that we get this behavior done and we exercise this behavior? Touch to him will only ever be a fun game. He's like, that's weird. You want me to put my nose on your hand. Super weird. Okay, you like it and you give me a cookie, I'll do it. But if you think about it, I can use this to manipulate him any way I want. So let's say he's at a distance. I want him closer to me. I'm not walking towards you. Remember our game? You come and you put your nose on my hand. Say I want him on the left side of my body. I'm going to get him there by using my touch. Oh, I know. I switched hands on you. Good. Nice job. So I can manipulate you any way I want by using this touch. I use it as an alternative for a recall. It's not a replacement for a recall or to not use, but to use with. Because again, the exercise is you have to come to me. I do have them in here. We will get there. You use it with a recall, not a replacement of. Because again, if you need him to come to you, we can use that fun game. So that's what's really awesome. So he did really good on his touches. Practice this at home when the distractions are low. Here the distractions are pretty low. We do have like visuals of people walking by, and he did have a harder time, but he still did really good. You want to practice when distractions are low and work your way up to harder things like being outside and doing it. Or ideally when he's actually running and you need it. That's the end goal. He's not there yet. I think of him like preschool. We're in preschool learning right now. Graduation of high school would be him running. And there's a lot of space in between there. There's a lot of practice that needs to be done before our graduation of high school, but this is the start. So just remember he's at preschool level, and we're going to keep the distractions at preschool level for now. Good job. I know we're talking so much. How boring of me. Ready? Touch. Beautiful, my dude. Beautiful, my dude. I love it so much. Trick ya. Touch. Good. I love his just like, I'm coming. I'm coming when I come. It'll happen. Very nice. Okay, now I want to talk about the recall. There are 4 rules of recall, or 4 rules that I think are really important when it comes to having a good recall. Rule number 1, when you start a recall, you want to finish that recall. It's very easy for us to be like, Fluffy, come here, Fluffy, come here. Oh, Fluffy's not going to listen. And then we just stop. Well, then our dogs learn that, after a couple times, my mom's going to stop talking anyway. I just have to ignore my mom for, oh, my shoe fell off. I just have to ignore my mom for a couple times, and then she's going to stop being quiet. And that's not the case. I want them to know I'm going to follow through, whether it takes 2 seconds or 15 minutes. The behavior will be followed through, and that's what's going to happen. So rule number 1, we start it, we finish it. Rule number 2 is where we're going to mark that behavior at. Marking the behavior is where we let them know that we like what they did. And this is different for everyone. I use yes as my marker. It lets them know that is the behavior I wanted, you've accomplished it, and now your treat's coming. I use yes. Some people use good boy. It's whatever you specifically use. Again, I'm going to use yes here just because that's what I use to mark the behavior. Where you mark it, though, is going to be a little different. A lot of times I see people do this exercise, the recall. They'll say, come, and good, thank you. Yes, that was it. That was good practice, and I like that you were listening to when I was talking. And they'll wait till their dog comes over to them, and then they'll say, yes. Here, this exercise is not, the difficulty is not coming over to you. The difficulty is choosing you over the distraction. So I'm going to mark as soon as you choose me over what the distraction is. So I'm going to show an example of that right now, of where we're going to mark. I'm going to make sure we have lots of room here. Cool. Come. Yes. Good. Very nice. Wait, we're going to put you over here so we have a larger surface area of the room to deal with. Come. Yes. Good. As soon as he turned towards me. Come. Yes. Good. He didn't respond right away. I gave him that time to figure it out. There was a treat on the floor. Come. Yes. Good. Very nice. As soon as he's turning his head, you notice I'm marking it with that. Yes. And you notice I'm not saying his name. I'm not saying Stanley, come. I don't want him to think his name is contingent upon doing an exercise. I'm using the word and the word only. Come. Yes. Good. Oh, that was a distraction off of our cube storage over here. Very nice. Oh, you can't follow. I mean, you're cheating. You're doing good. It's beautiful, but I can't really call you if you're pre-following me. Oh, look at this. Oh. No, that's not fun. That looks super fun. To me, anyway. Come. Yes. I mean, you kind of already were, but I'm still going to reward it because I asked. He's doing perfect. But I'm going to now amp up the distraction a little bit. I'm going to put a food bowl down. It's empty. Come. Yes. Very good. I'm marking his choice. Oh, I might put a treat in here. Come. Yes. Very good. Very nice. Come. Yes. Beautiful. Awesome. Now we're going to amp up our distraction from an empty bowl to a closed bin of the treats that he is getting. Come. Yes. Good. You notice there was a delay. It wasn't as quick as the empty bowls. That's okay. I waited him out, and he gave me exactly what I was looking for. Come. Yes, good. I'm not going to repeat myself. I'm not going to say it over and over. I want him to know I'm going to say it one time only. There, if it takes a couple seconds, come. Yes, good. For him to figure it out, that's okay. We are in the process of learning and practicing right now. Ah, you cheated! But I'm going to give you a treat for that. There, he knows it's closed. He can't get to it. So you notice here the distraction has become very low. He's like, I don't even really care. Come. Yes. Good. Nice job. Perfect. Beautiful. Now I'm going to amp the distraction up one more time. These treats are super stinky. These are my super stinky higher value. Come. I'm going to give him up to 30 seconds. Yes, good. I'm going to give him up to 30 seconds to make that choice. There, that was our longest one, but it wasn't our 30 seconds yet. Come. Here, we're going to restart. Oh, no, I got to restart. It was because I was walking towards you. We have to restart that. Come. Yes, good, good. There, because I was walking towards him, then he started walking towards me, but that didn't count because I was already resetting the exercise, so he didn't get a treat. We had to restart it. He did make the right choice, and then got the treat after. But it's important to say, no, dude, you got to make the decision yourself. I don't want to influence your choice to make that decision. You notice here I'm not pulling on his collar. I'm not I'm not physically making him come anyway. That's his choice, and he needs to make it in order to get the cookies. Come. Yeah. Good. Yes. Oh, I half said yes and then threw up and said good. That was weird. I had word vomit there. Very nice. This is a hard distraction for him today. Come. Yes. Good. That was a very good choice, my dude. Awesome. Awesome. So here, that's rule number 2, where we're marking the behavior. Again, we're marking it as soon. You see, as soon as he pulls his head away, I'm saying, yes, that is what I like. Thank you for choosing me over that hard distraction. Awesome job. Now, rule number 3 is being cooler than whatever your distraction is. And that's kind of it's a very vague statement because some people are like, how do I be cooler then? There's no rules to being cooler. It's in the eye of the beholder. Like the most, I don't know how to, I can't think of words. My mouth is not working with my brain today. I guess the most obvious point of that would be, you notice when I tell him to come, I'm not saying, come, I'm not, it's not that. It is very, I'm excited. I'm excitable. I want you to be by me because you have to think about it. A recall is always a choice between 2 things. Good. Nice job. Way to hold your butt down. A recall is always a choice between 2 things. Something and you. Something and you. And usually that distraction is a lot higher value because it's something novel and different where they see you all the time. So we want to sound excitable to be around. But also, it can mean using a novel noise or something to help them out when it is hard. I could have used it here, but I wanted to work on one thing at a time. So I wanted to work on the marking, but I'm going to bring out that same distraction, and we're going to talk about novel noises now and when to use it to be cooler than whatever the distraction is. So here, hard distraction. Come. Okay, really? Good job. I didn't mark it. Yes, sorry, my bad. I wanted him to do it not great, and he did it perfect. Why am I mad when you're doing it perfect? You're cheating, but I like it. I'm going to reward that. Okay, so this is no longer of high value to him anymore. This one was hard for him yesterday. This one right here. So this one we're going to use for our novel noise. Come. I'm going to give him like 10 seconds. If he's having a hard time, this is where we can use our cooler than, our novel noises. Yes, good. There I did a little padding. This is a helping tool. This tool is, oh, sorry, did I give you a treat? I don't know if I paid you for that. I'm so sorry, my brain is all over the place today. This is not a tool to use as a crutch. I don't want him to assume he has to hear this noise every time. When I am training and he needs help, I will help him out every once in a while. If I have to use a novel noise more than 4 times in a row, I know we're not ready for that level of distraction yet, and I need to go back down. So now we're going to do that same exercise again with the same distraction. Come. Yes, good. I had to do a couple novel noises there. Good job, dude. I love it. So that I had to use 2 times in a row. Let's try this one. Come. Yes, good. I'd use that 3 times. I always give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to give him an opportunity. We're going to see on the 5th time. If I have to do it more than 4 times, we're not ready for that distraction. Come. Yes, good job. Good job. So that's 4. If on the 5th time he needs the novel noise to make that decision, then I'm going to go back to our distractions. This is too high. Come. Yes, yes, yes. I saw it. It was so tiny. That was perfect. Ooh, that was close, dude, on your 5th time. Nice choices. Come. Yes, I didn't even have to use a novel noise. I saw you kind of turning and thinking about it. That was a good choice, dude. That was a good choice, my dude. Oh, sorry. Sorry. I didn't let you chew. I was all loving on you and made you choke. I apologize. Apologize, I got too excited there. That was really, really good. So yes, it's important to know when to use your novel noises and not to use it as a crutch. I don't want him to assume that noise has to come. I will help you if you have a hard time, but if I have to use that over and over and over, I know you're not ready for whatever situation I put you in. So that one's borderline. I'm not going to lie. I probably would go back. If I were to continue to do this exercise, we would go down a distraction. These are quail, and the quail is just too high value for him. He loves it too much and he's having a hard time learning with it. That's okay. He'll get there, but we're just not ready for it just yet. That was a really good example of when to use our novel noises and when to be cooler then. Now, very last, so that's rule number 3. Rule number 4, our very last rule, is we do not want a recall to always mean the ending of a fun time, which it usually does. I had this epiphany just like 4 years ago, which is, over here, your butt, dude. Your butt is in the camera. Good. Come down. Wait, good. You can sit there. Give me a down. Try. I need you. Oh, no, come on. You can do it. You can figure it out. Down is really hard for him. Good, but you're trying. You're trying, and that's all I need is effort. That's very good. Shoot, where was I going with this? Oh, the ending of a good time. I see this a lot. We call our dogs when we want them to come inside. That's the ending of outside fun for them. We call our dogs if they're at a dog. I'm not a fan of dog parks, but let's just say our dogs are at a dog park. We call our dogs. That means they're leaving. We call her, we're at grandma's house. We call our dogs because they're leaving grandma's house. Okay, now I have to leave grandma's house. It's usually the signaling of their fun ending. If he's running out the door and we call him back to us, he goes, well, that's a signal of I can't run outside anymore. So we don't want it to always mean that. So let's give an example. Let's do the dog park example. Let's say you are at a dog park, and let's say you have to leave in 10 minutes. What I would do is within those 10 minutes, I would do 5 recalls. 4 of them would just be, come check in with me. I called you. Come over to me. Awesome. Go play. Go continue doing what you were doing. It doesn't end anything. That very last one, the 5th one I do, that's when we're going to leave. But if you think about it, there, 20% of that was only the ending of a bad time. The other 80% did not signal leaving. So the majority signaled, I just have to check in with my mom, and then I can go continue doing whatever I want to do. That's what I want him to know, that in life, 80% of the time, you can continue what you're doing. 20% of the time, you can't, like running out the door. You're not gonna come check in with me and then you're gonna run out the door again. But that's going to be few, because we are going to practice this on the side when we do not need it versus only using it when we need it. That's a lot of the failing I see in training, is we only use it when they need it and then wonder why they're not prepared. We need to practice with them, just like us. I need to practice things before I'm ready to actively do it, or I would be terrible at it. Think about if someone handed me a violin right now and said, go play in the concert, I'd be like, oh my gosh, it's going to be so bad. Give me a month to practice and I'm going to be better. But with our dogs, it's important that we practice this stuff on the side. And when I say practice, it can be tops 2 minutes. It doesn't have to be a long time. So you can do the touches, the recalls, 2 minutes a day. That's it. While you're in between cooking dinner, you have something boiling on the stove and you have those 2 minutes to wait. That's the time to practice doing those recalls. It doesn't have to be you're setting an hour apart. Nobody realistically has an hour a day to set apart for their dog. I don't have an hour a day to set apart for myself, let alone my dog or anyone else in my family, really, because life is so busy and we have other responsibilities that we have. So it's just giving them that 2 minutes a day that they need. So that's my talk about recall. We are now going to practice some recalls in here. Is this your hair? Did I pull? Oh my gosh, I just scratched all this hair off his butt. Now we're going to practice the recall a little bit in here, and then we're going to go out in the hallway where there's a lot more distractions than it is in here, and we're going to see how we do. Did you just eat your hair? Oh no, good. Don't eat it. I'll vacuum it up later. And then we're going to see how he does. So we're going to do a little bit of practice in here, and then practice outside our touches and our recall. Ew, don't eat it. Don't eat it. That's from your body. That's from your body, dude. That's nasty. That's nasty. Come. Yes, very good. Awesome job. Come. Yes, very good. Touch. Yes, good. Oh, I threw it. Good. Touch. Making our way downtown. Good. I love how he's like, I'm coming. All right, like, give me a break. I'm trying my best here. I'm gonna put a toy distraction down. Toy distraction. Come. Yes. Good choices. Good choices. Good choices. Oh, I'm gonna kick it. Oh. Come. Yes. Good. He's like, I don't even like that toy anyway. That toy is garbage. Well, what if I amp it up? I'm gonna make it a cooler toy. Cool toy. Come. Yes, my dude. Okay, another cool toy. Cool toy part 2. Yeah. Ooh. Touch. Good. Oh, yes, good. I like how he forgot for a second and he just came towards me like a recall, and then he was like, oh wait, you said touch. And then he looked for my hand. Beautiful. I love it. We're ready for some outside time. By outside, I mean we're just literally going outside the door. Let me find my long line here. Here I have a long line. I don't know exactly what length this one is. I have some from 15 all the way to 35 feet. Oops. Okay, I was getting a phone call. Sorry, I really hope. Let me check. I haven't checked this mic. Okay, still green. We should still be good. Hope so, because we're halfway in already. But yes, this line is probably about 25 feet. This is going to symbolize freedom to him, but obviously he's not free. I have him on this long line here. All right, let's go on a little field trip, shall we? Oh, it's not bad. It's not bad. Okie dokies. We're gonna put this. We're gonna prop you guys up right here. Cool. And we're just gonna practice the same thing we were doing. Come. Yes. Awesome job, dude. Come. Yes. Good. I want to turn this a little so you can kind of see further. Come. Yes. Very good. Right now I'm giving him about, I think like 10 feet. Come. Yes. Oh, good. Good. You actually turned a corner there. Very nice. Oh, I tossed a treat down there for him to get. Come. Oh, hard choice. Oh, are we going next door? Yeah. Oh, good choices. Good choices. All right. Let's go this way. So we have a dog coming. So we're taking a little break, letting the dog pass, and then we're going to continue. Ew, that's a litter box. Oh, right through that door. Just keep going straight. Yep, just keep going straight. You're so welcome. I'm sure Stanley's going to want to check out the direction that dog went. So we're probably going to use that direction. Yep, there he goes. Oh, no, you don't. He wants to go. He's like, I want to go back to daycare. You're making me do things. You get cookies. I pay you for your hard times. Come. Yes, good. Good choices. Oh, sorry. I know. I'm taking forever to reward you. Touch. Yes, good. Right here. Touch. Oh, that's not a touch, dude. Here, I'm going to give him 30 seconds to figure it out. Yes. Awesome. Way to come back. Good job. Oh, touch. Yes. Good job. Touch. Oh, let me put my hand this way. Oh, I remember, this isn't a recall. This one's a touch. Try again. Touch. There, I had to reset. I lost him. He got really distracted. And touch. Yes. Good. Good job. Oh, very nice. Touch. Yes. Good. Very nice. Touch. Yes. Good. Very nice. Touch. Good. Here I'm hiring the rate of reinforcement. I'm doing it quick so he doesn't have time to think about things or get distracted. Come. Yes. Very good, dude. Very nice. Distraction. So here we're at a good distance away. Come. Yes. Good job. Oh, sorry. Dude, you got to chew it. Good. You can't put it in your lungs. You cannot put it in your lungs. That's not going to end well. Touch. Oh, distraction. Yes, way to come back. Way to come back. Awesome. Oh, no, I put it right here. You're stepping on it. There. Good job. That was super good today. We had some distractions. Hey, come on. Good. Good job. Come in. I know this leash is so long. It's trailing behind him. Very nice, my dude. Awesome job with distractions. We had that dog there. It was kind of hard to tell because of how we're going to switch your leash back to your other one. It was kind of hard to tell because of how the hallway is curved, but it curves at the end, and he was hearing the people walking, so you could see when he would freeze and kind of watch them. So he was able to stop and think and slow down and do the behaviors. Was it as perfect as it was in here? No. Do I expect it to be as perfect as it was in here? No. There are minimal distractions in here. I don't want to say no distractions. That's impossible. But minimal distractions in here. So I have higher expectations in here than I do out there. It's very important that, okay, we're gonna have to come back to this. That's a hot mess. It's important that our expectations are in line so that way he's always succeeding. When it's easier, I'm gonna expect you to do things better than when it's more difficult. And he did really, really well out there. And I'm also comparing it. When you do it for the first time, you don't have a lot to compare it off of, but he did really good from yesterday. So that was super awesome. From yesterday to today, he did really good with distractions and being on there and his recall. That's super good. Now we're going to kind of change directions. Looks like somebody cut my floor. Oh my goodness. Sorry, my ADD kicked in there. We're going to change directions a little bit, and we're going to talk about his jumping up and also his running out of doors situation. We're going to go over an exercise that's called spatial pressure, and I did this yesterday with him, so he's going to be familiar with it. Spatial pressure is how dogs communicate space with one another. Good job. I noticed you're doing really well today with it. Yesterday, he had a lot harder time. If you watch the video back, even without the sound, you'll notice every time I sit down like this, he's climbing over top of me or jumping up on me, where today he's doing really well because I did set that boundary. Good job with him yesterday that I have a little bit of a personal bubble. And he listened really well to it. So spatial pressure is how dogs communicate space to one another. And unfortunately, it's very different from how humans do it, almost opposite. Now, in a forward-moving motion, where I'm forward-moving, that not necessarily physically moving forward, but forward-moving motion. As you can see right now, if this was a picture and you were to guess if I was going to fall forward or fall backwards, from this picture, you would assume I was falling forwards. I have a forwards-moving motion. That, to a dog, is an indicator of you're not welcome in my space. Forward-moving motion. Backwards-moving motion, so if from this picture right here, you would say, is she more likely to fall over backwards or fall over forwards? You would say backwards, because majority, would be straight. My body is majoritively backwards. This is an indicator to a dog, you can come into my space. This is how they communicate it with one another. So when dogs jump up and we turn our back, we have backwards moving motion, which again is an indicator of you are welcome in my space. When I sit down like this, my body has given you an invitation to climb up on my lap. Maybe my mouth didn't say that, my brain's definitely not thinking that, but my body has just told you in canine communication and canine body language that you can do that. So it's really important to always think how they perceive information. So always remember, we want to be in that forwards moving motion. He's doing really good today, so it's going to be so hard to simulate it. I'm going to stand up and sit down. If he invades my space, I'm going to show that forwards moving motion to let him know I don't want you in my space. He has been so good and so respectful every single time I've asked. He's given me that space, but let's check it out. So I'm going to stand up and I'm going to come back down. Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. This was not happening yesterday. Let me tell you, every time, go back and watch the video, every time I was coming down, he was jumping up on me. So this was an exercise, and you can tell this is his approach. Look at this gap he's given me. Very polite. This is polite. Think about other people. We don't approach other people by jumping on them. This is a little bit close for me, so I'm going to move forward. He respectfully gives me that space and sits down. This is not mandatory. He does not have to sit. It is super respectful, and I love it, but I'm not asking for it. I just want space, regardless. So there's that spatial pressure right there. You can't even see him, but he's sitting down. Very appropriate. I don't need the sit down, but I will take it. It's good. I like it. So now I'm also going to use spatial pressure at the door. So I'm going to actually put the camera over here. Is this the best place? We'll see. If we have to move it, we have to move it. If not, we'll go for it. And I'm going to set a door boundary with him by using that spatial pressure. Here I'm going to open the door. Oh gosh. Of course you're going to do it flawlessly. Again, we worked on this yesterday. He is not allowed to approach the door without me looking first. And yes, very good. Awesome job. I want him to do it wrong so I can show you how to do it. Say he did do it wrong. I would close the door and I would step towards him to ask for that space. I'm moving him backwards. He's always been very respectful. Every time I move towards him, he always gives me that space. Awesome job, my dude. Awesome job. You should set this same exact door boundary at your house. Is what I would do is I would get a long line, like the 25, 15, 25, or 35-foot one, hook it onto him, and you can tie it to a chair in your living room. So that way, if an accident does happen, he's not free out the door, and you're like, oh my gosh, what do I do now? So here it simulates freedom, as in, okay, you're around the house, I'm not holding a leash, but in case you do get out, you're still safe. And you would set an invisible boundary, or a physical one if you have one. Some people have like where wood changes to tile, or tile changes to wood, or to carpet, or that's where a dresser's sitting. You pick however far away from the door you want him to be. Whether that's 1 foot, 2 foot, 6 foot, 10 foot, you decide. He doesn't decide your boundaries. You pick your boundaries. Here, I'm just saying I want 2 feet. So that's really what you're seeing in this video. I'm going to do a farther one just so you can get his whole body. And now that I have my microphone on, you'll be able to physically hear me, which is always fun and importante. Awesome job, my dude. Awesome job. Very nice. Oops, sorry. Very good. Come on, I want you to invade my space. He's so perfect. He's so perfect. I can't even get him to do it. I literally went over it with him one time yesterday, and he's like, oh no, I'm a professional at this. Oh my goodness. But so spatial pressure, it can be used, again, as a physical boundary, telling him, I don't like when you're that close to me. So it's me sitting on the ground. So appropriate. I don't know. It's hard to see when his back is to me, but there is a good solid foot in between us. Let's see how he approaches. Too close. And that's just for me. That might not be for you. You set your personal boundaries. You are comfortable with what you are comfortable with. He needs to know that everybody is different and that he needs to respond to what that person is, what that person is telling him to do. Because there's some people who don't care about space at all. Ooh, that's a little close. Very nice. Very good. And then there's some people who are like, don't come by me. Everyone's different, and it's important, good, that we don't assume, we ask, and that's him asking. He's saying, okay, are you comfortable with this? And I'm either saying yes or no. Here, I'm saying I need about a foot. I think a foot, for me, is good, and for learning here is good. I'm going to try sitting down in a chair. I don't know how it's going to look. Okay. Because my space is my space, regardless of if I'm standing, sitting, laying down. Oh, of course it's perfect. Of course why are you being so perfect? Not that that's a bad thing. Actually, continue to be. Good job. Let's see how he returns. Giving me, you can barely see him. That's perfect. He's giving me a great boundary here. I want to see how he, yes, good job. Good job. We'll do one more. I want to see his approach. Oh, I'm going to try to trick him. I'm dropping cookies. What the heck? Nothing in life is free. Good. I wanted to see if he would jump up because I had something special to him. So I wanted to see if that negated my spatial boundaries, and it doesn't. He goes, nope, your boundaries are your boundaries. Yes, good job. Awesome job, dude. Beautiful. So you want to practice this anywhere. Say you're walking down the hall. And he is just walking so say I'm walking down the hall. Walking down the hall of my house. He's like, what are you doing? Walking around. I'm walking around this way. Dude, why are you being so perfect? It's crazy. Okay. Look at him. He's like, I'll just sit down. I don't know what you're doing. But say he was walking right behind you or too close to you and you didn't like it. Let him know. Ask for that space. Because because, again, he is one of the most respectful dogs. Very nice. Good job. He's one of the most respectful dogs I've ever seen when it comes to spatial pressure. It's just us asking for it and having him do it. Now I'm going to use an object. I'm going to put an object down in the middle of the floor. And I'm going to let him know I don't want him by it by using that spatial pressure. There, he's smelling it. He's like, what is this? I'm going to use spatial pressure. I'm going to move him away from it. I'm going to reward him for giving me that space when I asked. I'm going to walk away and give him the opportunity. It's there. I'm not there blocking it. I'm over way on the side. Good. He has a choice to go by it. He chose not to because I asked him not to. Let's see now. Let's drop it again. He chose not to go anywhere near it because I asked one time. Beautiful. I'm going to try a new distraction. I don't even think we used this one yesterday. He's going to check it out. I'm going to let him know, I don't want you by this. Please give me space. He gave me space. He gets a cookie. Now I'm going to leave. So the opportunity is there. I'm not telling him he can't. I'm not doing anything. I'm going to reward his choice, though, for not going back to it. Good job. I'm going to amp up what our distraction is now. So these objects are pretty boring anyway. They don't really do anything special. He goes, they're not fun. What about when it is something that he truly loves, and I tell him he can't go by it? There. I'm going to use the spatial pressure. I'm going to walk him away. I'm going to reward him. Good job. And then I'm going to leave that temptation there. Oh, wait, we're still chewing our treat. Did that one get stuck in your teeth? We're having a hard time with this treat right here. It's the same tiny ones, dude. Oh my gosh, you can't see him. He's right out of frame, but he's standing right there. Oh, we chose to go back to it. I'm going to move him away. Good. I want him to know I want you 2 feet away from this. I want a better view so you can get a really good view on this. He is going back to it. Oh, good choice. He went to go back to it and then stopped. A little bit too close for my likings, but stopped going towards it. So I'll take it. Good. Yes! Good choice. He looked at it, literally was like, I'm not going to do it. I won't do it. Good job. Walked right by it. Yes. Good. His nose is right by. Oh, I threw the treat right by it. That is kind of tricky. Good. Nice job. I threw the treat right at it, so that was a little tricky on my part. I shouldn't have done that. Yes. Good. Yes! Walked right by it and goes, nope, you've asked me not to, so I'm not going to go by whatever this distraction is. That's huge. So spatial pressure can be you. You can declare something in your space. Like I declared, this is in my space and I don't want you near it. And he backed up. He gave me that. We can set a invisible or visible boundary at the door saying, I do not want you going out this door. Good job. It's perfect, dude. It is so perfect. Good job. Good job. But it's important that we do set these boundaries because if you think about it, I can't assume he knows. I can't breathe. What was I doing? I was walking back and forth. I need to get in shape. I can't assume he knows my physical boundaries, that he knows that we don't want him jumping on us. I'm going to be honest. It doesn't necessarily offend me, but there are some people it does offend. And I can't assume that he knows who that is and who that isn't. So here it's important that we teach him that there are boundaries and this is when you use them. This is what they are. And you're going to have to practice this with you and the people in your house first. Because if you think about it, I know you have kids because your son drops off, so you've raised children. And think about it, boundaries start where? In the home. If you don't have boundaries in the home, you can't expect them to act properly at school and act properly at a restaurant. Rules and boundaries start in the house, and then they work their way out. When you have rules in the house, then they leak out to the classroom, and when you go out to eat, I say out to eat because my kid was a nightmare going to the restaurant. I was like, I'm never eating out again. That's it. We're done. We're not going out in public ever again. She's older now. This was when she was a toddler. She's 13 now, but it was that traumatic. But same situation. I have to teach him in the home. So this starts with you guys. And as this becomes a routine and an expectation with you guys, that's when it leaks to people out in public or people that come within your home. These rules are set. But I can't expect him to give spatial boundaries right now to people out and about or to guests when they come in your house if he doesn't know this with you guys as like solid, firm, this is the rules, these are the expectations of our house. So it's really important that you're practicing that behavior there. So I don't know if you are sharing this video with your son, but if not, share this portion with him, the spatial pressure, or show him, because it is important we are all on the same page. Our house has expectations and rules, and we're all doing it. I don't know if you have multiple kids or not, but if you did, imagine, or if you do, imagine if you had rules for one kid, he had to clean his room every single night. But you had another child and you said, well, you don't have to clean your room ever. That's not fair. You're going to have a lot of animosity from the person who has to do the behavior and a lot of pushback saying, well, if they're not going to do it, I'm not going to do it. Same with our dogs. We have to know, nope, spatial boundaries apply to you, and you. All of us here have the same rule. And he's going to say, okay, I get it. You all have the same rule, so I'm going to do it accordingly. So spatial pressure, practice that anytime you can. Again, 2 minutes a day. That's all it takes. It's not a lot of time you have to set aside, and you're going to notice a huge difference. I noticed a huge difference today. I couldn't even get him to do the wrong thing half the time. I was like, dude, he learned it yesterday. Mind blowing. I couldn't even get him to do bad behavior. It's insane how smart he is. So if you're doing this for 2 minutes a day, you're going to notice a huge change in a week. You're going to notice a drastic change in a month. In 6 months, you're going to be like, I don't even know who this dog used to be because this is the new Stanley. So that's awesome. This is a side note. I didn't have time to practice this yesterday. I kind of was messing around with it here as I was talking, but I want to get more into it. The down position. I notice he's really uncomfortable with the down position when asked for it. Maybe not at home. He might lay in it. Like just lay down, his choosing. But when asking him to lay down, he's like, would rather not. I'm not going to lie. I see this a lot in his breed and similar breeds, the brachycephalic dogs. Sometimes laying down isn't as comfortable as it might be for a dog who's designed differently physically. So this might not be his favoritist thing to do. But again, I want to do it as a mental standpoint. I want to break through mental barriers and say, you didn't understand what I was saying and you figured it out. Way to go. It's already better than it was yesterday. I did it a couple times yesterday. I wanted to go back to it at the end and then I just didn't. We ended up doing more than I had thought. Good. But today, since he's doing so perfect, good. So here I'm luring him down. If he picks his butt up, the treat just goes away. That's my only punishment. He resets himself. If his butt goes up, the treat goes away. Good. He doesn't have to give me a full down as long as he tries. He tried. His butt stayed down. So I'm going to reward that. Oh, his butt stayed down. He's trying very hard. He doesn't understand that I want his body to go to the ground, but he goes, I can't pick my butt up. How do I get that treat if I can't pick my butt up? Good. You notice I don't say anything when he doesn't do it right either. Just restart. It's okay to mess up. Yes. Very good. You're almost there, dude. You're 75% there. I just need that 25%ers. I'll try again. Good. Ah! You see his body? It's so close. Some people, they will push their dogs, like physically manipulate their bodies into how they want it. We don't ever want to do that. They don't learn anything from that. I think of it like if you were to go golfing and try to learn golfing and someone wrapped their arms around you and like started swinging your arms for you, you would be so creeped out and all you would be focusing on is how awkward it is that you're touching me. Same with our dogs. I let them figure it out. It might take longer, but that's okay. I have all the time in the world. Actually, we have 10 more minutes. But still, at home, there's no rush. You're going to get it when you get it. Good, good, good. Good job. Good job, dude. He's like, I know I have to put my butt down, but I don't know how I reach that cookie with my butt down. Good, 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 good. Yeah, that's a 80% now. You're getting higher and higher. He has that one paw out. He just needs the other. Good, Good. Oh, that's okay. Oh, try again. Good. 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 Oh, that's okay. Gosh, sorry, I'm so not prepared. He's like, come on, lady. I'm ready and you're not ready. Good. Yes. Nice. You'll notice here, there I said yes, and I realized how awkward it was for me to say yes in that situation. I don't want to mark it as yes because yes means that is the behavior I wanted. I'm saying good because it's that's the word I use for you're getting it. You're doing a good job. You're not there yet, but you're getting it. So I don't want to use the YES until he's fully laying on the ground. And so I accidentally, it slipped out and I'm like, oh, that felt wrong. That was not correct. Good. Good job. Good job. I want to motivate him and say, you are trying so hard. I don't care if you get it right, but the fact that you're giving me effort, amazing. Oh, that was so close. Good. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. Wow, you're trying so hard. I'm so proud. Good job. Good job. That one leg, he just has a chicken wing over on this side. Good job. Good, good, good. It would just be so much easier. Oh my gosh. Yes, yes. Oh, I shouldn't have said yes, but he's literally 92% of the way there. It's just that he has a weird chicken wing going up on the other side. Oh, let's try this. I don't think we tried these last time. Oh gosh, these are stinky cookies. Stinky cookies. Oh. Good, good, good. Very good. That was so much better, dude. Oh, I wish I could see you could see the other side of his body because this side is perfect. That leg is exactly where. Good, good job. But he has one chicken wing. Good. You notice too, I'm not saying the words DOWN. Good job. I wanted to get the physical behavior before I add a verbal to it. Good. Kind of like I wasn't saying touch before he learned. Good. Good. Oh, dude. Good, good, good job. Good job. Oh my gosh, you are working. Oh, you are working very hard. Give me one more, regardless of if you get it or not, as long as you try. I mean, if you get it, I will poop my pants. But, oh, try again. So here we're getting a little frustrated. So we're going to end after he tries. He gives me one more good try, regardless of what it looks like. Good. Oh, no. Come on. One more. One more. One more. One more good try. I know. Good. Good. I'll take that. I'll take that. Good. I know you've been working really hard for this whole hour, so I'm not going to push you. There he's getting really tired. Again, training should be done in very short increments of time. So having him work for this hour straight is a lot, and it's tiring. So here you see him saying, oh my gosh, I've done this so much. So I wanted to end it on a good note. Give me one more try, and then you can be finished. So a little review caption here. Oh, your drool. Oh, I just sat in your drool. We worked on touch. We worked on our recall. We worked on our spatial boundaries, setting those boundaries physically when I'm sitting down, when I'm standing up, when I'm sitting. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. I need that physical boundary. Here he's giving me about a foot, which is perfect. This is exactly what I want. But importantly, for safety, we're setting it at the door so he's not running out and we're not dealing with a situation like that. Very last thing is the down. That's a side piece. That's just something I want him to problem solve and learn, but unrelated to anything that we're doing. That's just side note. But he did super awesome today. Again, now that you know, it might be helpful now that you know what we did and you actually got to hear me talk about it. Is it still on? Okay, yeah, we're still on. And now that you hear me talk about it, it might be nice to kind of go back and watch the video so you can see his early behavior versus this video and kind of do a comparison. That's going to be a really good idea. But again, it was much better. I mean, I saw him yesterday, so 24 hours ago, and he was already significantly better today than he was yesterday. So that is amazing. I could not be happier. Let me know if you have any questions about anything you saw in here. Or yeah, I'm here with any questions that you have. Let me know. But he did awesome, and I'm really proud of him. Keep up the good work.